What's up, everybody? We have a really special treat for you now. Live from the news desk, I've got Eduardo Sagjalik and Matias Leveratto here. Winner, of course, of Mythic Championship III, $100,000, and the title of Mythic Champion with the deck everybody loves to hate, Simic Nexus, but also responsible for maybe one of the most exciting turns in the broadcast of Magic of all time. Eduardo, take it away.
Well, first things first, congrats. That was awesome.
Well, man, thanks a lot.
Absolutely wonderful. $100,000, an invitation to the World Championship. That must have felt absolutely incredible.
It was, it really was.
Yeah, so, but it wouldn't have been possible without one of the probably tense turns I've seen in Magic's history for top level play. And, you know, it's delightful that you're here with us to kind of hopefully walk us through it if you'll allow it.
For sure.
So let's set the stage, right? We're gonna start the video here, and we're gonna look at essentially the start of the key turn.
If he misses, he's going to lose, and Brad Nelson will be your champion.
All right. Also, he gets kind of a surveil here with the Search for Azcanta.
Of course, and he needed it because that was another island, not what he wants to see. So he's going to transform.
That's not what he...
Right, okay. So let's set up the stage. Brad Nelson attacked 8 tokens. You're at 4 life. That doesn't look good for future prospects. There's a Teferi Hero of Dominarian play. While we do see Brad's hand, you're not aware of it, but there is a card. Now, search for Azcanta, transform into Azcanta the Sunken Ruin. We're at the start of your turn. What is your thought process?
The turn didn't start the way I wanted because with the survey that I did with Azcanta, it was a land and also a land here, so I was hoping to get a better card, I guess, but I knew that I have some chances because I need to win this turn. I need to go off this turn because I am not going to leave again. So I start with activating Azcanta because I might get another Reclamation or also a Tamio, so I need to do it in the main phase.
Yeah, okay. Well, let's see how that plays out. So you're going to activate Azcanta the Sunken Ruin on your main phase.
That was his draw step, that search for Azcanta. So now he's going to go ahead and look. He finds another Wilderness Reclamation.
That's actually not bad. That's another activation here.
Right.
Right, and stopping here, good call, by the way. Very important to do in the main phase because you can kind of get a redraw, right? Wilderness Reclamation, allowing Azcanta the Sunken Ruin to untap and give you more. So at this point, kind of what's your plan? You got Wilderness Reclamation. What happens now?
Like, now I just need to go to my end step and fight the Nexus Fate to get another turn with like 3 more Azcanta activation, and I was pretty sure that if I hit Nexus this turn, I would probably go off, so I have to hit the Nexus this turn.
Okay. And by the way, I spot here that with the island, you'd have 2 mana up to play Search for Azcanta. We're going to see later that you did not play it. What was the reasoning behind that?
Like, if I did get Nexus Fate this turn, I might need a Scribe at my next upkeep, but I was thinking that I didn't need to know how much mana would I have, or if I'm going to draw like Up or Grow Spirals or cards that are going to draw me more cards. So I didn't want to get short on mana, so I rather like not play it and have the mana available.
Right, so it's important to have mana because you might have Growth Spiral, Opt. Blink of an Eye was another cantrip that's in your deck, sure. So it's super important there. All right, so let's see kind of you going to the most exciting part of this turn, the end step.
Yep. And Brad can do nothing. He is left completely helpless at this point. So it's going to be Wilderness Reclamation, land, and he's going to start moving to his end step where he's going to untap his lands and activate that Azcanta the Sunken Ruin now 2 more times. He has to find something in that many looks.
And Leveratto deciding whether or not he wants to play Search, but he's choosing not to because if he doesn't find a Nexus of Fate here, he's just going to lose.
That's right.
Right, and here we're stopping before the Azcanta's first activation. You noted, indeed, that mana, so you floated the mana there in your end step before the first Wilderness Reclamation trigger resolves. By the way, there was a card in Brad's hand which you didn't know about. Well, what were you thinking at that time?
Like, I wasn't in a position to play around anything, so I was hoping that he didn't have anything, and I find the cards that I needed. So
fair enough, okay.
Nothing to do there.
Yep, fair enough. All right, we can continue on then. Let's see how this pans out.
Maximum mana, because now he can find cards like Chemisters inside and use that mana too.
Okay,
Cameo's not going to get it done.
Cameo is not it. He needs something that he can cast right now. Can he find a Nexus of Fate?
He needs to find something here with this Azcanta, the Sunken Ruin.
Here it goes. He only found an opt. We get to keep the sweat alive.
Pressure. Oh, look
Here
at
he
this.
goes.
Here we go.
Can he find anything?
I kind of wanted to stop there because you were rubbing that opt pretty hard, so to speak, digitally. You were like putting it all over the screen, and I'm going to say that that was probably not because you were trying to play optimally. Well, you know, I mean, it was great. We loved it as spectators. But what was kind of your thought, not so much your thought process, but your state of mind at the time?
Like, when I'm playing Paper Magic, I tend to knock the top of my deck when I need to top deck or something. So, like, this was the arena version of that. So
Sure.
that was that.
Right. Okay, perfect. By the way, by this point...
With this opt, it's blink of an eye.
That's another card?
Okay, so again, we saw the blink of an eye, and we'll talk about that. But by this point, you had seen the island off Azcanta, which you put in the bin. You drew a search for Azcanta, that was a dead card. You looked at 4 cards. Wilderness Reclamation was a redraw, but still 4 cards. 4 more cards, you saw Tamiyo. And now, Azcanta Sunken Ruin, 14 cards to get to this opt. Opt sees the 15th unique card, Blink of an Eye. By the way, at this point, did you actually have all 4 Nexus of Fate in the deck?
I really don't remember.
Okay.
Sometimes I cyber out one, but like I know that the deck wasn't going to fail me. I knew that it was getting harder every time because like this was my last activation, but I don't know.
Yeah. Right, but it's so. I mean, we've been in this position, you know, where sometimes you forget exactly how you sideboard. Now, we're at Mythic Championship IV doing this. You can just look at your sideboard. You have the physical cards. You can look at them in Arena. There's a rope going. You can't really do that. So, if all you know is there's at least Nexus of Fate in there. And by the way, we see Blink of an Eye. And there's going to be a long time after this, about 20 seconds, where you have a really difficult decision as to whether to keep it on top or not. And looking at your mana, you have 2 blue, 2 colorless, at least, to cast it with Kicker, which would draw a card, and then 7 mana for Nexus of Fate. But what's your thought process at this stage?
Like, I look at the board state and I really wanted the Blink of an Eye to work, like to bounce a creature, maybe to block another one and to be still alive. And it didn't, so I was like trying to figure out everything if I wasn't missing anything. But I didn't want to spend also the 4 mana because of the things that we say before with the Azcanta, like I could grow Spiral or maybe Chemistry Insight or something, and I would really like be disappointed if I'm short because I kept that card. So I knew that I have to bottom and have to be next to Fate.
Right. But then again, it could have been a Growth Spiral redrawing or another opt. But yeah, the Blink of an Eye here, no utility. But the thing is, you did slow down, and you have the time. We see that you have 1 rope. We know this is a key turn. So I want to highlight how important that is that you did slow down because. Sometimes, it can be a rough spot, but slowing down, taking the time to make sure it's correct is. But let's see, how this pans out then.
To draw, I mean, can he stay alive with it? Is it better to just put it on the bottom?
That's the question here. It doesn't look like he can stave off defeat with 8 tokens facing him down.
Right, he has immobilized District to block 1. I think he just wants the bottom here.
Okay, here it is.
There it is.
He needs to find something.
Oh,
and it's
Nexus of Fate
off the top of the library. He got there. What a huge draw.
And that's the moment. That's the moment you drew the Nexus of Fate. How did that feel?
No, it was pretty amazing. Like I knew that with that Nexus, I'm going off and I'm for sure going to win the game.
Right. Well, let's see how that finishes up.
And
He's
now he gets to do it again.
Brad,
now this is not over.
Oh my goodness. He is, I mean, Leveratto is in really good shape. He has so many looks now. Double Wilderness Reclamation, Cameo Collector of Tales, 3 activations from Azcanta the Sunken Ruin.
Wow, what an insane turn of events. Matias Leveratto, 1 call
and he
away
finds
from
another
one. And he immediately gets the Nexus of Fate. And that's game number 2 going to Matias Leveratto. And Brad Nelson can do nothing but smile.
Yeah, your face said it all. Yeah, at that point you have Tamio, you have like lots of time to get the Nexus of Fate, but yeah. But that moment, you still have another game to play. You won this game, but not the whole thing. So what's your state of mind going into, the last game?
Like, I was super hyped with what happened, that I was feeling confident about my chances, and I don't know, like, it was a lot of going on in my mind.
Well, yeah, okay. So try to keep focused for the next game and take it down, yeah? And you did take it down. You took down $100,000. You took down Mythic Championship III, and that slot of the World Championship. Awesome stuff. Really awesome stuff.
Thank you so much, Eduardo Sagjalik and Matias Leveratto, for walking us through one of the best turns in Magic.